Hello, this is Dr. Jacob. Today we continue with how to find research gap. We are still going to use the topic we used previously, text summarization. You're able to know that you can use research Google Scholar to find your research gap using empirical papers already published in uh, famous journals. So last time we stopped at reviewing a certain research paper which we assume to be a kind of technical paper. So today we are going to look at researches done between 2020 to 2025. You search your keyword. Here I search text summarization. I got lists of research articles published by various authors and scholars. Here we have so many results, as you can see here. So we are going to look at critically at this paper, deep learning-based abstractive text summarization approaches, dataset, evaluation measures, and challenges. So let's look at this paper and see if we can access the abstract and the concluding part. I told you that you can find a gap in the abstract or in the conclusion, or some authors have a specific section they call um, mm, further research. So if you open this paper, you click here to open this paper, you see this paper abstracts. You can see the full title, Summarization of Scholarly Articles Using BERT, B-E-R-T, B-I-G-R-U. BERT is a natural language processing algorithm known as bidirectional encoder representation from transformer. It is a transformer-based model designed for natural language understanding tasks. It was introduced by Google in 2018. So they use BERT in their model. So BERT can be used in different natural language processing applications due to its powerful ability to capture contextual relationship in text. We also have another technique known as bidirectional gated recurrent unit, which is a type of recurrent neural network that is commonly used in deep learning for tasks involving sequential data such as natural language processing, time series analysis, speech, recognition, and so forth and so on. So that is what they apply in their research. So you can see the abstracts. The abstract is a kind of summary of what they actually did. You can read it, illustrative text summarizing for selecting and combining key sentences directly from the original text rather than generating new content. While various methods, both statistical and graph-based, have been explored for this purpose, accurately capturing the intended meaning remains a challenge. To address this, researchers are investigating innovative techniques that harnesses deep learning model like BERT, bidirectional encoder representation from transformer. However, BERT has limitation in summarizing lengthy documents due to input length constraints. So you see here they specify the limitation of BERT. To find a more effective solution, we propose a novel approach. This approach combines the power of BERT, a transformer network pre-trained on extensive self-summarized dataset, with BIGRU, BIGRU, that's bidirectional gated recurrent units, a recurrent neural network that captures sequential dependencies within the text for extracting salient information. Our method involve using BERT to generate sentence-level embedding, which are then fed into BIGRU network. This allows us to achieve a comprehensive understanding of complete document contents. In experimental analysis conducted on ARSIV, this is a database, this is where all you can get a repository for published articles. We have PubMed dataset, we have ARSIV dataset. The proposed approach has performed several state-of-the-art models. It achieved remarkable ROG-F score of 46.7, 19.4, 35.4, and 4.70, 21.3, 39.7 on these data sets respectively. The proposed fusion of BRC, bidirectional encoder representative from transformer, and BIGRU, which is a recurrent neural network technique known as bidirectional gated recurrent units. The fusion of it is what is used in this research. So it significantly enhances extractive text summarization. It shows promising potentials for summarizing lengthy documents and benefiting various domains that require concise on information summary. So in this abstract, we did not really get a limitation of their study. So, but this journal arranges the paper very well such that you can easily go to the concluding part. So look at the results. You can have time to read their results. You can have time to read their proposed model architecture. Assuming that you want to use this as an existing system, that means that you have to explore this paper very well to look at the proposed model architecture so that you know what you are going to do on your own and how you are going to present your own architecture. You look at the result to see what they achieve. But since we are looking at gap, we have to open this conclusion. So we open the conclusion. So in the concluding part, they also describe a full summary of what they actually did. In this research, we explore the application of BERT NLP technique for extractive summarization of lengthy scholarly articles. The proposed approach includes the assimilation of BERT to handle long documents and integrating BIGRU on top of BERT for better capturing the document global context. To evaluate the effectiveness of the proposed method, experimental analysis were conducted on two distinct datasets. Namely, these are the two datasets that are used, ARSIV and PubMed. Upon conducting the evaluation, we observed encouraging ROG scores, indicating the efficacy of our approach in generating informative and concise summaries. So this is another summary of what they did. So now when you move down further, you see where they describe what they could not do, which is the gap. They say to further enhance the robustness and applicability of our model, We plan to investigate its performance with diverse datasets, including those beyond the scope of our current research. Additionally, exploring the use of multi-language corpora and the alternative evaluation metrics such as BLEU could offer valuable insight into the cross-lingual and cross-metric effectiveness of our approach. By addressing these potential avenues for further research, we aim to contribute to the enhancement and versatility of automatic summarization techniques. So you pick this and work on it. This is a gap now. So this gap can now be a statement of problem. You will now research on how you are going to uh, do it, research on it to find out if actually you can fill this gap. Find out if I can actually fill this gap. Can you solve it? So that's what you need to do. Can you solve it? So the main thing that is outlined in this is the gap in the data set, exploring other data sets from that is being described here. In this gap, the gap outline the gap outlined in this paper is focuses. I feel that it highlights two primary area of improvement. One is data set diversity, and uh, the other area is cross-lingual and cross-metric evaluation. So the model has been tested on a limited set of data sets. So the authors recommended that further research can be done in more diverse data sets, and there is a need to extend its evaluation. There's a need to extend its evaluation by incorporating a broader range of data sets is a good gap. So the other one is cross-lingual and the cross-metric evaluation. So the research proposes investigating the use of multi-language corpora, that is data set that contains text in multiple languages, and exploring alternative evaluation matrices like BREU, that is bilingual evaluation under study. So this is a good gap which a research student or a project student or a PG student can look into. So the students that are working on text summarization, you can pick up this and try to research if it's what you can do. So remember we made a video on how to choose a solution-based research topic. So you have to actually find research on this. You have to do a thorough research on this by reading different literatures and trying to see if it's what you can actually work on. So if it's what you can work on, you can now a kind of carve out an objective. Maybe try to identify and integrate the range of data sets, which is an objective. You can perform an in-depth research. You can try to perform an in-depth evaluation of the model performance on this new data set to identify the strengths and weakness. You can also incorporate multi-language corpora. So multi-language corpora, that is collect or create data set that contain multiple languages to assess the model ability to handle different languages. So for an undergraduate project, you can just choose one objective and try to expand it. The next stage after you must have found a gap to research a gap. I think with this little explanation, you should be able to find gap for from published papers in your thesis, or when you want to work on an independent project or publish a paper, you need to work on what people have already done. Check out what people have already done and see what they could not do and enhance it. Then you can look for a good international journal, world recognized journal, especially Scopus Index journal and well-ranked journal that you can publish your findings. Thank you for listening.